In this episode, questions and answers. Can anyone marry you?
Hi there, bridal couples to be.
Welcome to How to Get Married in Holland.
The ultimate wedding podcast of and about the Netherlands.
We, wedding ceremony experts, aka celebrants Daphne and Jasperin, share all ins and outs of getting married in our flat and fabulous country.
Enjoy listening.
Hello, all of you. Hello, Daphne.
Hi.
Today, a question and an answer, hopefully. So, the question is, can anyone marry you?
Well, that's a difficult question because
Okay.
the answer is yes and no. Yes, when you opt for a ceremonial wedding. So that is that you already have arranged the legal part of your wedding at the municipality, very short and sweet, but with all your love and all your emotion and all your loved ones there at that beautiful venue on the wedding day itself, which is all about your love. And that's a ceremonial wedding ceremony. So yes, anyone can conduct your ceremonial wedding. However, I don't know if you hear my hesitation. It is a very important moment, especially when there's so much love and feelings and emotions involved. Of course, you can ask, let's say, a friend or a family member to stand over there in front of you as a bridal couple and of all the people who are so important in your life. But can they carry such an important, memorable moment as the ceremony is?
Can they do it in the right way?
Yeah, because you can be a great speaker. Of course, you must feel comfortable standing there before a crowd, even if you know them already. But you also have to write a speech, which is really the bridal couple that they can recognize themselves in, but also be surprised. So it's not just a history lesson of their relationship, but you also need to touch their hearts. You need to know how do you build up to that moment, the highlight of it all, which is the moment of union, and how do you make sure that you are believable in your role as the wedding celebrant, because that's the downside of it all when you ask someone you know to marry you, that everyone being present at the wedding, they see Uncle Wim or friend Julie standing there speaking, but they don't consider that person they know so well being the one that conducts the ceremony or
Yeah.
really creates that moment of union. So that's something to think about. What do you think?
I totally agree. I think getting married is very important. It's an emotional moment, and as you said, you want to be sure that the one who actually does the ceremony can make it worth the while, can make it, can put the value in it. I don't know how to say it otherwise, but I totally agree with you. It's not an everyday moment, and so therefore you shouldn't really think about having your uncle or your friend or your mother to do that moment.
Yeah, because it's quite a responsibility, right?
It is.
And
It
and
is.
and especially since the wedding ceremony is, well, almost every time the start of your wedding day, at least the moment that you gather with your guests, it can make or break the atmosphere.
Yes. And it will always, your wedding day is something you will want to look back upon with fun, with good feelings. And, if the ceremony is a disappointment and if it's your family member who's done it,
Mm,
difficult.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
suppose
it
you
is.
want to have a civil wedding. How would that work? So the official wedding, the legitimate wedding, the whole process before the ceremony.
Yeah.
Can anyone become your wedding officiant?
No, no, they can't because it's a legal act.
Okay.
So to have someone conduct your civil marriage,
Hmm.
the officiant or wedding celebrant must be sworn at
Right.
a yeah,
Court
and
of
also a
Justice.
court of
Yes.
justice, and also appointed at the
Yes.
municipality. So it's a
Right.
combination of those two that makes
Okay.
someone, yeah, being not only capable
Hmm.
but only authorized to
Hmm.
conduct your civil wedding.
Hmm. So
Yeah.
suppose you have your family member who's willing to do that,
Mm-hmm.
and you provide the necessary papers. Go to the municipality. The person is sworn in, appointed for one day. Um, that's
That
it.
that is a possibility. However, not every municipality allows someone who isn't a wedding officiant already at another
Okay.
municipality to
Mm.
be a celebrant for one day.
And why
Because,
would that be?
well, I think many municipalities act from experience. So they have learned over the years that not everyone can carry such a memorable
Mm.
moment.
Mm.
And of course, they are responsible for the wedding ceremony itself.
Yes.
So they want to make sure everything is up to their standards. So that's why many municipalities choose to only have wedding officiants from other municipalities be appointed for one day for
Right.
that particular wedding on
Right.
that particular date,
Yeah.
particular time for
Yeah.
that particular bridal couple.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you've read an article, right? Which
Yes, it
was,
was a
oh,
couple in the newspaper who found out after they had been married that their marriage was void, was not legal,
mm-hmm,
and why? They had two witnesses. They had asked a friend to perform to do their wedding ceremony, their civil wedding, and on that particular day, one of the two witnesses was ill, was not
mm,
available for the wedding. And for a legitimate wedding, you need at least two witnesses.
yeah,
But one wasn't there. And then it was decided, okay, well, why don't we just, or was ill, he was pending a COVID test, and the results were going to be made available the day after.
mm,
And they hoped that the person wouldn't be, positive. So the wedding officiant said, "Okay, no worries. We will just move the wedding ceremony to tomorrow, a day after."
because
For
they had a whole wedding weekend, right? Yeah.
exactly, forgetting that the appointment for being a wedding officiant was for that particular day.
Mm,
And as a wedding officiant, as you mentioned before, the responsibility is to make sure that the couple is married in a legitimate way,
yeah.
and rules apply for that. And you cannot just move a wedding ceremony to another day because you're not appointed anymore for that particular day. Hence, the couple wasn't married in the official way, and
Mm,
um, it was void, it was null, and they had to do another civil wedding to actually be married. And there were actually also fiscal consequences for that. So it was quite a big thing. But therefore, um, if you are appointed as a wedding officiant for one day, it is very important that you understand what comes with it,
yeah.
what the rules are. Suppose one witness doesn't show up, what happens? Suppose some person signs the document in the wrong place, what happens with the wedding deed? Suppose you decide to move the wedding to the day after, is that valid or not? And if you're appointed for one day, the possibility exists that you don't know all these rules.
Yeah. So you need to ask yourself, as bridal couple to be,
Yeah.
whether you want to get married with a civil wedding ceremony or a ceremonial one.
Yeah.
And once you've made your choice, who do you ask to conduct your marriage? And
Exactly.
is he or she authorized to do so when it comes to a civil wedding? And if you don't need that authorization because you're opting for a ceremonial one, can he or she carry that memorable moment?
I think you summed it up perfectly well.
Hope to
That's
answer
it.
your question. And if you have any other questions, don't hesitate. Just shoot us a DM on Instagram,
Let
and
us
we're
know.
more than happy to answer your questions.
See you next time.
Bye bye.
Thanks for listening to How to Get Married in Holland.
We look forward to share more about organizing your wedding day in the Netherlands in the next episode.
Hit the subscribe button so you won't miss anything.
Any questions in the meantime?
Please ask Wedding Celebrants Daphne or Jasperin. You can find us, plus the show notes, on Instagram.
And if you love this podcast, please leave a review.
It gives us a higher ranking, so more fun international couples with Dutch wedding plans will be able to find us.
Until next time.